tigers and lynx and bears. Oh my! I'm Brenda and I'm at Big Run Wolf Ranch, and boy do we have some excitement for you. Hidden in our own backyard is a little secret of Lockport, Big Run Wolf Ranch, a nonprofit facility dedicated to educating the public about North American wildlife. I was happy to sit with John Basil, the heart and soul of Big Run, for the last 22 years, and I asked him how he came to have all these animals.
And was always fascinated with the wolves from the Jack London stories called The Wild and White Fang. So started out, I answered an ad in the paper about somebody selling a wolf hybrid. That's where you breed a wolf to a dog. And so I went and answered it, and it looked like a nice animal. I brought it home, so I started out with wolf hybrids, or wolf dogs, as some people call them, back here. And then got out of those very quickly. It wasn't what I truly wanted to get to know, was the pure wolf, so I applied for my USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture. It's a federal permit for to possess potentially dangerous carnivore.
Once he got his permits, John started acquiring purebred wolves, and then some other animals.
Let's see, we've got the 4 wolf enclosures, the enclosures for the lynx, the cougar, and of course the bear, and then we've got over here for our coyotes, raccoons, two coyotes down there and 2 raccoons, so basically we're pretty much more North American animals.
John shares his passion with the community to better educate the public about these majestic animals.
Well, what we have here, what we've been doing for years and years, is the kids come out here for field trips, and basically it's minimum of 25 and it's $8 a person. But at the request of the public, because like I said, we are only open to scheduled groups, many people were saying, you know, well, my kids are grown. They're not in Cub Scouts. You're not coming to our school for an assembly. You're not coming to our local library. But so we, about 7 years ago, we started Family Day Open House, and that's where we are open to the public once a month. And our next one is going to be July 25th. It's 10 to 4. Although we do the program on the road, too. Naturally, I don't bring the bear, but we bring the wolf, coyote, woodchuck, and the program goes about an hour and a half. And usually when the kids come here for a field trip, figure you're usually here for about 2 hours. So the program goes an hour and a half where we bring all the animals out. The kids can take all the pictures they want, and then there's a half hour of free time.
Our local governments know what to do with our stray cats and our stray dogs. But what happens if they find something maybe a little bit bigger, like say 500 pounds? Let's ask Kuma.
He told me that a lady walked up, handed him the man $300 and walked away with a baby bear. And my comment to him was, I says, well, Jeff, it'll probably wind up here. And 5 days later, Will County Animal Control was coming down the driveway with, boy, wait till you see what we've got for you this time, John. And that's how Kumar arrived. He should live to be about 30, 32 years old. And he's 11 now, so it's going to be coming down to the wire there as to who's going to outlast who. Me keep doing this, or this animal, you know, till he gets too old. And he has been declawed in the front for my safety here because of the nature of what we do here at Big Run. We do go in and handle all the animals, so naturally he doesn't have to defend himself or dig for food or anything, because he's going to be handled here. If he was not declawed, well, then we would not be able to come in here and pretty much do what we do here at the ranch, is with hands-on with the animals. So basically through all the public support we've been getting for our what we're doing here, our purpose and everything, we built him a brand new hut 2 years ago, double insulated, so for him to be nice and comfortable in the winter when he sleeps. Bo here is probably about 12 or 13. He was a rescue also. There was a man who did have all the proper licenses and everything like that, and he could no longer keep the animal. He was been relocated from a job, so he had been scouring across the countryside trying to find a facility that would take him, and nobody would take him. He called me and he says, you know, John, you're my last resort before I have to put him down. He's a wonderful, wonderful animal. He says, could you please find him a spot? So again, I told him, as long as he's not aggressive and dangerous, I says, bring him down, we'll try him. So he is actually a great animal. I could use him for my programs. He walks real well on a leash and everything.
So how many animals are rescued here at Big Run?
2/3 of them are rescues. You know, that people have been caught with them illegally without the proper state or mainly federal permits for the predators, or people that did have the proper permits for whatever personal reasons they could no longer keep their animals, you know, whatever. And so as long as they're not dangerous and they can fit into our wildlife education, you know, program here, well then if we have room we can squeeze them in.
Food, shelter, medical. Imagine what it costs for you to take care of your own animals. Well, John is taking care of dozens here, and he relies so heavily on our local communities.
Well, actually, county's been very good to us, Will County and also Lockport. Very supportive. A lot of times, when they get the roadkill deer on the side of the road, well, those are a big nuisance for the county.
Right.
They got to find somewhere to take them and everything. Well, they know I can now take them. I only take them in the cold when, pretty much when, the meat won't spoil and, the insects and everything like that. So usually after a couple of good frosts in October, the county or the state IDOT will come here and bring the roadkill here, and they'll drop them off, and that's the natural food for the wolves. That's
right.
as I tell the kids, a dead deer on the side of the road that's 120 pounds of Dunkin' Donuts to the wolves out here at Big Run Wolf Ranch. So that's a help to the helps the county, and it's also
right.
a little extra food for us here. Most of our food here is donated from some of the different food banks and some of the meat lockers down on Ashland Avenue, stuff there. Yeah, so we do get quite a bit of help from as far as the meat, and then our vaccines and everything like that. That's that has to be purchased and everything too. So.
And that's where the money from the field trips and
right
go right to the animals.
Right to the maintenance and all our improvements.
Take one part good diet, shelter, and happy animals, and combine, and you get a great recipe for puppies.
These are our North American gray wolf pups. The parents are down there. That would be Sonora or Sierra and Juno. And there's three females and one male in here. And they are going to a zoo down south. And so basically what happens is they're usually born probably about mid to late April. Then they stay with mom for about 10 to 14 days. And then they come out with us during the day, and kids come out and they get to bottle feed the pups now. So all those pups you see over there have been bottle fed by over 300 children.
Amazing.
Which in turn makes them very safe, very tame. They're acclimated to people. As you've seen when I bring Juno in or Odin and everything, they behave better than most people's dogs.
If you want to know more, go to www.bigrunwolfranch.org. Check out the website. You'll love it.